The Love Story of Romeo and Juliet, Chapter 1. In the beautiful city of Verona, Italy, two noble families, the Montagues and the Capulets, were engaged in a bitter feud that had lasted for generations. The streets of Verona were often filled with tension as members of the Montague and Capulet households clashed with each other. One fateful day, in the midst of this ongoing feud, young Romeo Montague found himself feeling deeply troubled. He was a handsome young man, known for his charm and wit, but he was also melancholic, often lost in his own thoughts. He had been seen moping around Verona, much to the concern of his friends and family. Romeo's closest confidant was his cousin Benvolio, who was known for his level-headedness and wisdom. Benvolio had noticed Romeo's unusual behavior and decided to confront him. "Benvolio, I am tormented by a feeling I cannot explain," Romeo confessed to his cousin. "I feel a sense of emptiness, as if something is missing in my life." Benvolio, ever the voice of reason, tried to console Romeo. "Perhaps it is the feud between our families that troubles you," he suggested. "The constant fighting and enmity have taken their toll on all of us." Romeo shook his head. "It is not just the feud, Benvolio. It is something more profound, a longing in my heart that I cannot decipher." Just then, fate intervened in the form of an invitation. The Capulets were hosting a grand masquerade ball, and despite the feud, Romeo and his friends decided to attend in disguise. Romeo hoped that the ball would provide a distraction from his inner turmoil. As the night unfolded, Romeo found himself entranced by the beauty of the Capulet's daughter, Juliet. She was a young woman of grace and poise, and her radiant smile captured Romeo's heart at first sight. In a crowded room, their eyes met, and Romeo was spellbound. Without thinking, Romeo approached Juliet and struck up a conversation. They talked and danced the night away, lost in each other's company. They were completely unaware of their family's enmity, and for those brief moments, their hearts were united. As the night came to an end, Romeo knew he had fallen deeply in love with Juliet. He was determined to find out more about her, despite knowing she was a Capulet, the sworn enemy of his family. The next day, Romeo sought the advice of his trusted friend, Friar Lawrence, who was known for his wisdom and knowledge of herbs and potions. Romeo poured out his heart to the friar, confessing his love for Juliet and his desire to be with her. Friar Lawrence was taken aback by Romeo's sudden infatuation, but he recognized the sincerity in his words. After careful consideration, he agreed to help Romeo, hoping that their union might bring an end to the feud between the Montagues and Capulets. With the friar's guidance, Romeo and Juliet began to secretly meet and declare their love for each other. They would steal moments of passion in the gardens of Verona, under the moonlit sky, and swear their undying devotion to each other. As their love blossomed, Romeo and Juliet became increasingly desperate to find a way to be together openly. They knew that their families would never approve of their relationship, and the consequences could be dire. Despite the risks, they were willing to do whatever it took to be together. Little did they know that their love story would soon take a tragic turn, as the feud between their families escalated to new heights. The stage was set for a heart-wrenching tale of love and